How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going over some tips on how to prestige position players as fast as possible. I'm going to be working on Craig Biggio. I'll go ahead and hide the face cam so that way we can get right into it. So the first thing I wanted to mention, of course, the fastest way to prestige some of these players is by hitting home runs. That is an absolute given. But I wanted to talk about what you can kind of do in order to complete some of the other missions if you have already completed the extra base hits, RBIs, or just hits in general. There is a way that you can get runs pretty easily. And for example, instead of having Craig Biggio up, if I were to hit that triple with Eric Davis, I would just go ahead and pinch run Craig Biggio, bring him in at third base, and try to score him that way. I am going to be showing you guys some advice on how to do that. As you can see, my progress on Biggio, I need still about 9 more hits with him, which is why I still have him in the lineup. And then, of course, 13 runs scored. So if we get 9 base hits, there's no way for him to score 13 runs unless he was getting walked a bunch of times and stealing some bases. So with all that being said, I think the run scored is the toughest thing to complete within the Prestige program. And I'm going to show some tips and examples on how I was able to complete some of these runs, or at least some of these missions, by just going at it with a strategic way. So as you can see, I have completed the hits. We need another couple of runs. This screenshot was taken a little bit in advance. I just wanted to provide, how many more runs and everything we need in order to complete the Prestige Craig Biggio. I wanted to try and unlock him today during the live stream, but I just personally did not hit that well with him today. So anyway, we drew a leadoff walk with Jackie Robinson. This would be a great example of how to go about this. So we have Craig Biggio on our bench. We're going to pinch run Biggio for Jackie Robinson, and hopefully we're going to try and steal second. I could also try and steal second base with Jackie Robinson. He has a little bit more speed, which is probably the right move. Anyway, it's a 2-2 count, so we're going to have to try and fight some pitches off here anyway, and we end up getting a bad jump. He throws me out there, so that's not a great example to use, but that is kind of the way to go about bringing him in off the bench. Now we have to hit with him, so since he is in the lineup, we still have a chance to score some more runs. There I had a good swing, just a little bit late, and popped up to center field. So we are going to go ahead and do this exact same thing yet again. We have the lineup a little bit different. We have Jackie Robinson leading it off. Here in this situation, I am going to pinch run Biggio for Mickey Mantle. Just really anyone I have in scoring position. Now Biggio has advanced to third base, and he scores on a walk. So a 3-1 count that was automatically given to Jackie Robinson. Throws one in the dirt, and we get a run scored. Just like that. As easy as that. Didn't even need a base hit with Biggio in that situation. This would have been another great opportunity. I was trying to steal with Jackie Robinson first, and I also swung at that pitch, hit it out for a home run. It's unfortunate that I didn't have Craig Biggio on the bases, but that's going to happen sometimes. I mean, you're not going to know exactly when to bring him in. Sometimes you're not going to want to bring him in with 2 outs because, like for example, in this situation, I thought about it. I just thought, if I get out with Posey here, then I have Biggio leading off, in 2 innings from now or something like that. He'll be up in a couple more innings. I wanted to give him a chance to score his run with less than 2 outs, and we end up going deep once again. So 2 examples of when I could have used Biggio. He's still on the bench. I just didn't bring him in at the correct time. So it is some strategy based, but that's going to be the main thing to focus on how to prestige some of these players. Obviously, hitting home runs with these guys is going to help you the most. You tally one of everything. You tally a hit, an RBI, extra base hit, and run scored all at once. So that's obviously the fastest way, but this is a little bit different way to kind of just grind the run scored. If you needed a guy to focus on for RBIs, then maybe when you have, a couple guys on base, you bring that player in off the bench as a pinch hitter rather than a pinch runner. That would be a way to go about that and completing the RBIs that way if you already have the hits, if you already have some of the runs scored, or if you're just focusing on that specific mission. So there's a few things you can do to set yourself up for success in these events. These events are great for prestige grinding. That's another thing. Obviously, this event is amazing to do. Here we end up hitting a home run with Biggio. I was still using him in the lineup as I kind of uploaded these clips out of order, but we also tallied a run right there. So there is a variety of ways you can go about it. In this situation, I had Craig Biggio in the starting lineup once again, I would have just simply brought him in to pinch run for Jim Thome, even though he doesn't play there. That's why we have some guys on our bench that can play a variety of positions to bring him in. Same thing here. Nobody out, guy on first and third. That's another great opportunity to go with the pinch runner. I probably would have already had him out there once he gets to second or third base. Even if I just get on first and I want to try and steal with the slower runner, I'll bring in Biggio. He's got the 90 speed and the steal rating, even though I got thrown out a little bit earlier. But I have provided some tips on how to prestige some pitchers. Now I figured I would do it for position players, or at least just some thoughts that I had. So this opponent ends up hitting Craig Biggio. He didn't want to play, I guess. He just hit the first three guys and then quit out. So that was kind of interesting, but that was another good opportunity. I mean, we got Biggio on the bases. Could have easily pinch ran if it was someone different. And now we're getting into just a game that we end up making a comeback. This was probably the longest event game that I've played. This one's going to go 8 or 9 innings, I think, because we went back and forth. He hit a home run, I hit a home run. We keep tying up the game down to our last few outs, and then Jim Thome walks it off. But this is another example of when I would bring in Biggio. I would have brought him in for Mickey Mantle right there. It doesn't matter. I mean, Biggio plays 3 positions. He plays, well, I guess really 4. He plays second base, catcher, left field, and center field. And that will help with the versatility out there in mixing up your team a little bit if you are using him as a pinch runner. Once again, this is just some gameplay on this event, trying to provide some tips on how to prestige some of these cards most efficiently and effectively. Eric Davis against Al Leiter, I felt like I could see that card very easily. Al Leiter hit 2 home runs with Eric Davis in that last one. I'm working on prestiging that card as well. So I'm definitely taking away from some of my other players when I'm putting in Biggio as a runner. Here he's going to hit and bloop in a little seeing eye single. Hopefully we're going to be able to score him, but there are 2 outs in the inning as well. So that's the thing, is I was able to knock out the hits, extra base hits, and RBIs pretty easily, but the run scored I felt like was the toughest thing. I also have Biggio batting at the bottom of my lineup in ranked seasons, so that might have had something to do with it. You know, oftentimes when he's on base, my pitcher spot is coming up, or I'm trying to get the leadoff runner or the leadoff guy back up to the plate. Here we're going to tally another run scored with Biggio, and I really only need those 6 runs left, and I got the best version of Craig Biggio. So that's what I'm looking to get. I really want that card. I think the increased power is going to be the most effective, but also the increased blocking for the catching position, the better speed, all that stuff. The prestige cards play so much better than they do, than their regular diamond does anyway. But here we end up getting a base knock with Biggio, going deep with Larry Walker. That's the ideal situation. If we don't hit a homer with Biggio, we want to end up hitting a home run with the next guy that's after him when he's on base, obviously. So we're grinding, RBIs with Larry Walker, extra base hits with Larry, and then, of course, Biggio's capitalizing on a run. Here's another 2-run shot from Larry Walker. That card has definitely picked it up for me since I've gotten him. I have got his swing down a little bit more. I'm going to be using him often in my ranked seasons team, starting in right field. But this is actually the last game where we tallied all the hits that we needed for Biggio, but we still need those few runs. I just kind of want to clarify a few of those things. Here we have Larry Walker up once again, and this time I ground into a double play. He beats it out, but I just wish Biggio was safe, so that way I had a chance to score him. But honestly, I have had a lot of fun playing this event. I was able to grind out a lot of stats with pitchers, face of the franchise legend pitchers that I'm also trying to prestige. I'm going to go over my progress with Oral Hershiser in this one as well. Hit a home run there with Biggio. Now he's going for his 3rd base hit of the game. He got a couple opportunities to score some more runs with him. I mean, he hit the solo shot earlier. That's a run. And as you can see, I was able to make a lot of progress on Oral Hershiser. I wanted to go over that. We have a couple ball impacts, and then we will also have the screenshot of Biggio's stats coming up here as well, just to kind of provide you guys with all the information. We only need, another 60 innings or so with Oral Hershiser. We got all the strikeouts to prestige that card, and that card will be certainly amazing. I cannot wait to get, my entire team prestige, or at least as many of the guys as possible that I can prestige. Anyway, Biggio, once again, was used as a pinch runner in this game, but now I'm hitting with him. We hit around a little bit. We have a 10-1 ball game here. Biggio's on second. I just need to try and score this run. But this one right here is just going to be hit too hard. He actually went back to second base as well, so I had no chance to score him there. We do have an opportunity here. We also have the mercy rule available, and we end up hitting into a double play. Just not what I need to do. Just put the ball in play, maybe even lay down a bunt in that situation to try and get that run scored. But as you can see, we do need the 6 runs. As you saw earlier, just wanted to provide, an example of what I was trying to accomplish at the beginning of the video. But thank you all for watching. That's going to do it for me.